All right. Where is my notebook? Hey everybody, thank you for joining for my first live session. I'm living on two different cameras. I hope it doesn't look weird that I'm looking at two different places. I'll figure that out at some point. But thank you. Wait, I have to back this up a little bit. There we go. Thank you for joining for my first live session. As you see, the title is the Ultimate 2025 Prep Session. So, we are going to go into some ways that I think are a great way to start off the new year. A little backstory on how I got into this process. Pre COVID, pre 2020, I was living in a very aimless way. I was having a lot of fun, but I wasn't able to accomplish anything. I wasn't able to seek out any goals and meet them in a strategic way because I had no aim, I had no focus, I had no nothing guiding me toward anything in life. So the first thing I did when we got locked in the pandemic is I spent a lot of time with myself and I got really into meditation, and I liked that because it let me visualize the life that I wanted, but I still was missing something. Like I was like, okay, I see the life, but how do I get from A to B? How do I get from where I am now to that life? Um, and then I started scripting after that, which is basically the traditional "a day in your dream life" post. So I started scripting, and that was great too because I got to go even deeper into the process and put it on paper, and it kind of gave me a guidepost. But I still needed another level because I couldn't get from what I had on paper to real life, and that was when I started doing the activation phase. And those are the three things that we are going to talk about today because those are what got me from aimless and unsafe and putting myself in situations that didn't align to me to a much more aligned, safe, healthy lifestyle that I live today. So let me get my list out. Okay, so we're going to start on the first point of why preparation and why doing this is even important. And it really all goes into the fact that we're about to start a new year. A lot of people do New Year's resolutions and they have these big, lofty goals, but most people don't succeed at them because they go into them with no momentum. They have a lot of passion behind it, but there's no plan, there's no momentum, there's nothing behind it to actually achieve the goal. So by visualizing, by narrating, and by activating a few months early, it gets the ball rolling and you start as James Clear says, casting votes for the person that you want to be. So by the time you get to the new year, you are that person, or you're already in momentum to be that person. So when lock in on your New Year's resolution, it just comes a lot more natural. So the first step is visualization. That is where Oh, okay. That is where we do our meditation. Now, there are a few ways you can do this. Some people do it in just complete silence, just their eyes closed in a quiet space that'll allow them the time to just meditate and just get really deep into it. There are also guided meditations that those are what I started off with. But now I have two tracks. They're not guided tracks, but they allow me to calm down and get into that headspace. One of them is Alive and Well by Janae Aiko, and the other is Weightless by, I don't want to get this person's name wrong, by Marconi Union. I will link those in the description below. But those are, I believe, 10-minute tracks, and they allow me to just kind of relax and vibe out and get into a zone and really see what my life looks like. It lets me see the life that I want to achieve a lot more clearly. And then as soon as I'm done with that, I hop straight into my journal and write out everything I saw, no matter how delusional, no matter how, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, no matter how hard it seems and no matter what needs to be done to get there, I still write it out. And that allows me to have like a beacon um, to focus in on. And then after that, I get into the activation stage, and that is where I take the easiest part of my narration and I add it into my life in some way. And then I use that as the momentum I need to get the ball rolling and become the woman I want. Where is